welcome to Library Connection. I'm from the B.B. Comer Memorial Library, and before I get started, I want to thank TV 47 for all they do to help us put on our program. We appreciate that. Today joining me are two very beautiful and talented and accomplished young women. Camilla Friday is Miss Sylacauga Teen, correct?
Yes,
and Valerie Ogle is Miss Sylacauga 2024.
Yes,
That's right. I have to remember how that, because you will compete
yes,
in the larger pageants in 2024.
Yes,
so great. Thank y'all for joining me
Thank you for
on
having
this
us.
cold day when they're out of school, so they really sacrifice to be here, but I appreciate it. Well, let's just start. Tell us about yourselves. Camilla, you want to start?
My name is Camilla Friday. I'm from Sylacauga High School. I'm a senior there. I am, as you said, Miss Sylacauga Teen 2024, and I'm so excited to be here today.
My name is Valerie Ogle. I'm Miss Sylacauga 2024. I'm a pharmacy student at Samford University. I'll graduate in 2027 with my PharmD. Go Dogs. And like you said, I'm Miss Sylacauga 2024, and I'm just excited to be representing the area.
Wow. Well, y'all were crowned in October, is
Yes,
that correct?
ma'am.
And already, I mean, I follow the Miss Sylacauga on Facebook, and you've already made so many appearances.
Yes,
That is wonderful. Have you
Yes,
enjoyed all of that?
Oh,
I loved it.
absolutely.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
What all have you done? Have you been
Well, this past week was full of lots of parades. We had 4 parades in 7 days.
So not just here in Sylacauga?
No, so I'm actually from the Rockford/Goodwater area. I grew up in those communities, and with the Miss Sylacauga program, we have expanded beyond the Sylacauga zip code to include other neighboring counties and communities, so that all of these girls have opportunities to compete for this amazing organization. So we've been able to travel to my hometowns. I got to ride in the parade in my hometown and show Camilla around my little hallmark town. And then we've expanded to doing things in Childersburg. I know we did a
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville was one.
And then, of course, the Sylacauga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that is wonderful, because when you're crowned, you need to be out and about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
See, all the little girls just love it, don't
Oh,
they?
it was so much
You're
Yes.
fun. Yeah.
princesses.
I think one time I was wearing a blue dress for something and I got asked if I was Elsa.
Oh,
I was like, oh, you just made my night.
Oh, God, that is so fun. And y'all have Rising Stars. Speaking
Yes,
of
ma'am.
little
Yes,
girls,
ma'am.
what,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
are Rising Stars?
So Rising Star is a program that I think every single preliminary in Alabama and the surrounding states have. And it's basically where we have little girls we mentor. Valerie has 2 and I have 1. Mine's Camry Rivers. And Valerie, do you want to talk about
Yeah, I've got Maddie Grace and I've got Highland Marie, both angels.
yes.
Maddie Grace's birthday was yesterday and Highland Marie's is coming up. But it's just an opportunity for younger girls to be involved with this program before they have the opportunity to walk across the stage as competitors.
And they actually get to come with us to the competition. So mine's in March, and Camry gets to walk across the stage with me, and Valerie's 2 girls get to walk with her. So it's a really fun opportunity for them and for us too.
I know they love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Fun.
Yes,
So, okay, just to kind of explain, I mean, I'm somewhat familiar, and I said I wasn't going to call it a pageant. It's a competition.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm so glad that has changed.
I
Yes,
am too.
ma'am.
It is not just beauty. Beauty is part, or being what do I want to say? Being the best you can be is, I guess, part of it, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's also talent and interview and
Yes,
fitness and community service and things like that. So we'll start talking about that. I know you said your state pageant is in March.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mine is March 8th and 9th, so it's coming up really soon. But the whole process, this is my first competition I've ever been in.
Oh,
So
okay.
the whole process, it's all new to me, but it's also something that it's a good learning experience. I had a mock interview 2 nights ago, and that's always something that, it'll help not only for the competition in March, but help, throughout my entire life and
Absolutely.
college and everything, job interviews.
It will. But it's in March, and it's in Birmingham?
It's at Thompson High School.
Okay. It
Yeah.
used to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
years
ma'am.
ago.
That was
It was
really
before
cool.
it was here, but that is, and you'll meet girls from all over the state.
Yes,
And the
ma'am.
winner of that competition will be Miss Teen Alabama. A lot of people don't understand. That's just like Miss Alabama, but younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
man. Now, when is the Miss Alabama competition?
So ours is at the end of June. So I've got a little bit longer than Camilla does to prepare. But we usually, last year our crowning was on July 2nd. So it's usually that last week in June.
Good. Good. So I know y'all are busy getting ready.
Yes, ma'am.
All these appearances are part of it. You are part of the community.
Yes,
and I'm
ma'am.
so glad, because when I was younger, a long time ago, people always knew who was Miss Sylacauga, and then for a period of time, people didn't. But now, you know, we all know because you're out and about. We see you at different events. Even if you're just there, you know,
Right.
to someone.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that is great. Now, when you're competing, I know one of the things is talent. What are your talents?
I'm a ballerina. I've been dancing for as long as I can remember. I
Oh,
started
goodness.
across the street at Miss Shirley's and grew up with Miss Shirley. And then
Uh-huh.
when I moved, I started taking under some other ballet masters in Prattville. So I've had
okay.
opportunities to dance with Miss C.J. Martin, who danced with the Houston Ballet. I have a ballet master from Hungary,
Oh, my
Mr.
goodness.
Stefan. Yes, I love my ballet community.
Yeah.
But my piece is Phantom of the Opera. And
Oh,
so it's a combination of the skill and technique of ballet with the mystery of the musical.
Oh, that is so nice how you combine that. I'm always
Yes, ma'am.
so amazed at the beauty of that. Now, do you still take ballet? Or
Absolutely. You
really?
can't, you're
Really?
once
Even
a
in
ballerina,
college?
always a ballerina. I walked away my first semester of college. I thought I was done with dance, and I immediately realized that I could not live without it. So
Right.
I took classes at Sanford, and I continued to come home. I was actually just in the Nutcracker Ballet, let's see, I guess a week or so ago now. It's who I am, and so it stays with me.
That's great. Well, I look forward to seeing that
Thank you.
sometime. And Camilla, what is your talent?
My talent is piano, so I've been taking piano for 12 years.
I
You know-
remember
you know
my
that.
daughter took. I've seen you at many when you were just getting started.
Yeah, so I've been taking for 12 years by Miss Kathy Taylor. You know, she's amazing. She's, you know, one of the best. You know, I've always said that about Miss
Yes.
Kathy.
She's very
But
good.
I'm playing a tarantella, so it's a little bit of a faster piece than I played at the Miss Sylacauga competition. But I'm excited to show, you know, show everybody at the competition what I
It's
can
exciting.
do.
And I will tell you, I know that it's hard to go to school, and you girls are both involved. I mean, you're in pharmacy school, my
Yes, ma'am.
goodness. And your senior year of high school is filled with lots of things, ball games and things like that. How do you find time to practice and prepare?
You really have to have that set time. Like my mom, you know, she's one of the best about, you know, teaching me since a young age from like, you have to have time, you know, do your homework, do, you know, practice your piano. I've
Yes.
heard that like every single day for my entire life.
I'm sure you have.
Practice your piano, you know, go out to the golf course, do anything you can, you know, get that stuff done. And then you can go ahead and, you know, hang out with your friends, do whatever.
Right.
So it's just about finding that set time.
I would agree. Priorities is huge. I joke with people, it's hard to practice ballet wherever you're at.
That's
so
true. You
Camilla
can't-
has a
Yeah.
similar,
Yes, you
has
can't
a
do-
similar idea with her talent. You know, there's not always a piano. Anyone can always sing in the car, but boy, you cannot put on your point shoes there.
No,
So
that's true.
regular classes
Uh-huh.
that are scheduled into my routine is very important,
Okay.
so that I know, hey, I have this hour set aside that I have ballet technique class, and I can just go
Okay.
and continue to grow my skills.
That's great. Well, you girls are very talented. I know. I can't wait to see and hear your performances. And we're going to pause for a commercial break right now. We'll be back in just a few minutes and talk with Camilla and Valerie.
The Maxie Veazey Senior Adult Activity Center offers the senior citizens in the Sylacauga and surrounding areas lots of fantastic activities throughout the week. Sewing, ladies bridge, quilting, game-orama, ceramic classes, bingo, travel club, and lots more. It's all at the Maxie Veazey Senior Adult Activity Center located next to the J. Craig Smith Community Center in Sylacauga. Don't spend any more time alone. Get out, make new friends, and have fun.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
The all-new Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our remodeled and expanded pharmacy gives us the space to serve more patients. We've added a drive-through window for those times when you don't feel like getting out of your vehicle. And we still offer delivery within city limits. We feature a full line of over-the-counter medications and supplements. And don't forget our stunning new gift department. New building, same great people. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Miss Teen Sylacauga, Camilla Friday, and Miss Sylacauga, Valerie Ogle. Thank you, girls, for joining me today.
Thank you for having us again.
We've been talking about your talent and all the things as you're getting ready for your state competition coming up in March and June. There's another part of it, your Community Service Initiative, right? I'm getting used to these new words. It used to be platform, but Community Service Initiative, which tells more of what it is, I think. What are your Community Service Initiatives?
So mine is called Kindness Cures. It was formerly Smiles for Miles, the pediatric cancer journey.
Right.
But not everyone understands cancer. Everyone understands kindness, and it's a free gift that we can give. So I'm able to go into the classrooms and talk about how we don't know what someone else is going through, but we can give the free gift of kindness.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Not just for children, but
Absolutely.
So have you had a chance to go into the schools and talk to people?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to
It's
kids?
one of my favorite things to do is going into the classrooms, reading favorite books of the children, answering all of the questions. Everyone wants to touch the crowd.
Oh, yes.
But I really do thrive in those environments, interacting with people and sharing about my passions. So,
That's great. That's
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
And in this day and time, we certainly do need more kindness. Everybody
Absolutely.
does. Now, Camilla, yours is give golf a try.
Yes,
Tell us
ma'am.
about that.
So, I grew up playing golf. Everybody, if they hear Friday, they think of my dad. I play golf, my granddad. My entire family plays. So, it's kind of my first instinct when having to come up with a community service initiative. And it's basically just about promoting the game of golf in the youth of Sylacauga and the surrounding areas. We went to, one of the events we went to was the Childersburg Trunk or Treat. And there I set up a little putting green and the little kids putt, and if they made it in, they could get an extra piece of candy. So it was a fun way, it was a fun way to, introduce the game of golf. For people who think that it's just a game for their dad or think that it's just a game for their granddad, not involve women or children in the game. So.
Oh, that's true. That is great because I know not everybody is built to be a linebacker. Not every little boy is. I mean, they're just not. Not every girl is a dancer.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, but golf is a wonderful sport.
And you can play it for a lifetime, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand. You can play. You can't really play like soccer and basketball for a life.
No,
not
you
my
can't.
own back. I did play basketball for 1 year,
Right.
but it's something that you can play till you're old and gray.
That is wonderful. I know kids don't know that, but you might recruit some adults too.
Yeah, exactly.
To give golf
Yes,
a try.
ma'am.
That is great. Have you been able to go? You said you did at the parade.
Yes, ma'am. So then this summer, before I even ran for this title, my sister and I held a nonprofit golf camp for 2 days. So we had over 30 participants, and it was a fun way to introduce the game. I have people. I work at the hospital sometimes, and I have nurses come up to me and say that their kid came and they wanted to go play after that because they wouldn't listen to their dad.
Of course.
They would teach. And I was like, I understand that. So,
they don't want to listen to parents, but they will listen to you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just excited because we have an annual golf tournament for Miss Alabama, and I know that I'm going to have a solid team of golfers.
You will. That's
Yes,
right.
ma'am, we've got a chance.
Oh, how fun. And I think that's neat to introduce golf to kids who might not want to try it, and their parents maybe cannot afford a set of clubs for you to try, similar to a piano, buying a piano just to try it. So they get a little taste of it. That's great.
Yes, and we provided golf clubs to the people who were there, And then right now I'm working on going out to the golf course and putting a donation bin so then, people who can't afford the sport, because it is a very expensive sport, and I do recognize that, but people who can't afford it to actually have the chance to actually play without, purchasing the clubs themselves, because they are very expensive. I do understand. I've gotten hand-me-downs my entire life, so I understand that.
But if it's what you're going to do, it's an investment.
Yes,
As
ma'am.
are dance lessons and
Yes,
things like
ma'am.
that. Yes, I know. Gosh. And another part of what you do when you compete at the state level will be interview, which it also was at Miss Sylacauga and Miss Sylacauga's team. You had interviews, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you prepare for that?
Staying up to current events is huge. I think
Okay.
The Miss America organization has left the pageant system and has
Right.
expanded beyond. And one of the things that they want is someone who is well versed in what's going on in their communities and beyond. And so keeping up with current events is important. Having opinions about things is important.
Okay.
Even if we don't agree on opinions, having something you stand for shows a lot about who you are. And so I think just practicing things like this, talking with people, letting people pick our brains about things we're going on in our community and beyond is a great way to stay up on interview. Like Camilla mentioned earlier, we do have mock interviews with our wonderful panel of directors and board members, and so they do a great job at keeping us informed. But it's also just about being real and true to yourself. I mean, one of the questions that I was asked in an interview was, if I could go to any state, where would I go and why? You know, it's just something simple, but it came off of my fact sheet because I said that one of my goals is to visit every state and collect a magnet from there so that I can build a U.S. out of magnets. So they really do pay attention and want to get to know you as a person, to see where you stand and, you know, how passionate you are about what you believe in.
I like you saying your opinion may differ from theirs, but you can justify why, and you have an opinion, and you're willing to say that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great. That's great. And I tell you, Camilla, you will use that in job interviews. Both of you will job interviews,
Yes,
college
ma'am.
interviews, things like that.
Exactly, and that's the thing with like in the interviews that we have. Really, the main thing that I've like had to learn is like I don't really know. I've lived here my entire life, but I have to actually know Sylacauga in and out because they will ask you about that in the interview, you know. Which is, I mean, it's kind of obvious if you're thinking about it from an outside perspective, but like from an inside perspective, they're like, you know, where is like all the marble been from Sylacauga? And you're like, oh.
I know.
Tell me about the Blue Bell Creamery.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's a good conversation started around. So I'm like, I never thought about that. You know, I've lived here my entire life, but it's not something that I think about on like a daily basis, but something that, you know, I should apply to my life, and it's a good thing that I've learned though.
That's great. That's great. And it makes you a good representative for Sylacauga.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. Now, you mentioned you have a board. I know your director is Kim Todd.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is a former, no, you're never a former Miss Sylacauga.
You're a forever.
You're a forever. I love that. She's a forever Miss Sylacauga. I've dealt with her, with other Miss Sylacauga. She is wonderful and quite passionate about helping you girls be your best. And you have some other.
Yeah, so we have a board. We have Miss Mackenzie Price, who is over our community service. And then we have Mr. Bradley and Mr. Jason, who are really involved with the interview aspects and everything else that goes on behind the scenes. So we really do have a great team of people who are constantly checking in on us, sending us ideas for interview dresses, all the things. We get daily questions every day from Miss Kim, preparing us for just those spark moment interview questions. We do have a team who is genuinely invested in not only us as individuals, but the legacy of this program. And so it's just very encouraging to see someone like Miss Kim, who was a forever Miss Sylacauga and continues to give into this program and the community itself. I mean, this is it is the oldest preliminary, and it is one of the best for scholarship promotion and in-kind scholarships in Alabama. And I think it's because of the legacy and the empowerment that we have established. And so it's a lot for us to fill. It's big shoes, but we're up for the challenge, and we're surrounded by people who want to see us succeed.
That's great. You are doing a great job.
Thank
I appreciate all you. Every time I see you out, I think, oh, good, I'm glad they're here. People get to see you. I tell you, we're going to pause for another commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Camilla and Valerie.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
Great. What am I going to do now?
Time to visit Brown's Auto Collision.
No problem at all. We've contacted your insurance company and we can get you back into original condition right away. And I just want to remind you that all of our work is covered by a lifetime warranty. We're done.
Wow, that was easy and looks great.
Brown's Auto Collision,
where quality is no accident.
The all-new Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our remodeled and expanded pharmacy gives us the space to serve more patients. We've added a drive-through window for those times when you don't feel like getting out of your vehicle. And we still offer delivery within city limits. We feature a full line of over-the-counter medications and supplements. And don't forget our stunning new gift department. New building, same great people. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Camilla Friday, Miss Sylacauga's Teen, and Valerie Ogle, Miss Sylacauga. And I know that's changed. It's not Miss Sylacauga's Outstanding Teen. It's M-A-L-T, Miss Alabama's Teen. Yes, great. I have to get all that straight in my head.
You're fine.
Well, we talked about talent, interview. What are the other areas you'll be judged on at the state competition?
So there's the onstage conversation, and that's really just, it's all about our CSI, right? It's all about our community service initiatives. So it's a fun way, it's very nerve-wracking, but it's a fun way to, tell the audience about what I love. And then there's the evening gown portion, the health and fitness, which is just a health and fitness walk now. So they changed that from their fitness routine from last year.
Yes, teens used to do routines, and I competed as a teen back in the day. And let me tell you what, those push-ups would show you who's got some
one-handed or what? My goodness.
And then the Miss got away from swimsuit, and so it's a health and fitness model now. And so it's just about promoting health and fitness, not necessarily a specific body image. And so
that's wonderful, but because it should be about being healthy, being fit. So I know y'all are probably working out, eating right, or trying,
something like that. We have Miss Whitney Wheeler. She's one of the sponsors. We love Miss Whitney. We get to work out with her twice a week, and she keeps us on our toes.
Tell her just leave you alone during Christmas.
That's right. I told her don't count those Thanksgiving 15 pounds.
No. Well, you girls, I know if you're dancing and playing golf and in school and all that, you're very busy. All right. What about the things you receive when you're chosen as Miss Sylacauga or Miss Sylacauga's Teen?
So we receive many scholarships, and that's one of the main reasons why I competed in the first place. And then we also receive multiple gracious trying to think of the word. Not sponsorship. It's just from our sponsors.
Certificates.
Gift certificates.
Yes.
I don't know why I can't say that. Gift certificates from our sponsors.
Things like getting your nails done for the week of Miss Alabama.
Spray tans.
Spray tans was
MG
one.
Tans.
A hotel that we had the opportunity to stay in during the competition. With Camilla's being in Alabaster and mine in Birmingham, it's just a convenient way for our families to get to stay close and not have to make the drive, which was very kind. And like I mentioned earlier, this is one of the largest preliminary in-kind scholarships in the area. And so just to see the community who is so passionate about giving back to us, because like we mentioned, it's a competition, but what we're really looking at is this is a scholarship competition to further education. College is expensive. Camilla's looking at Auburn, which is not cheap in any fashion. I'm at a private Christian school, so I have that private Christian bill. But seeing a community who is passionate about seeing us go to college and further our education so that we can give back to the community.
That's great. And our community is wonderful. I know you've got, like you said, all the scholarships and the gift certificates. All that adds up and it shows their support.
And what's so amazing, some of the events we'll go to, we'll see, like, we went to the Christmas tree lighting, and Heritage South was there, and I was my community service chair, Mackenzie Price, she's like, oh, they're one of our sponsors. So, it's nice having that connection where you go to those events and you see, like, these are the people that helped give that scholarship and help, or gave this gift certificate for something. So it's really nice.
It all adds up.
Yes,
it does.
And is this still true at the Miss level, that every girl that enters the Miss receives a scholarship?
Yes, ma'am. So this past year, I think each girl got about $2,300.
Oh my goodness!
Just for competing,
and so it goes straight to your school.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
Tuition
it does.
Or
it goes for tuition or any of the things that fit into their criteria. It may be housing, whatever that situation may be. But it's a great opportunity, and as the program continues to grow, so does the scholarship opportunity.
That is wonderful. That's wonderful. And I know y'all will make friends. You'll meet girls at the Miss and the Miss Teen competition that you might be friends with for a long time. My daughter did, and would see these people at different places, like, oh, I know you from somewhere. So that's great. Building friends all over the state.
Yes,
and that's one thing that during this change the Miss America organization has started to really encompass is that pillar of sisterhood.
Oh,
It used to not exist. We had our 4 points of the crown and we had our pillars, but sisterhood has become so important in the organization that we have really even given it its own pillar because it's what holds the organization up.
That's great. That's wonderful because you can't have too many friends.
Absolutely.
That is so true. Well, I know, Camilla, you're a senior, and I hear your plans are to go to Auburn, maybe?
Yes, ma'am.
War Eagle.
War
Good for
Eagle,
you.
yeah.
So what do you think you want to study?
I'm going to study biomedical science, and I'm planning on minor. So I've taken a lot of dual enrollment classes, so I'm going into college with 1 semester done.
Oh, that's
so it's really nice. I'm grateful for that opportunity. But I'm going to minor in some type of business to hopefully open my own practice one day as a pediatrician. So.
Oh my goodness!
Pre-med track.
Biomedical
science.
Wow, that
that
just makes my head spin really to think about trying to study for anything.
Yeah, my sister Madeline's doing that right now, so I kind of have a role model when going in there and.
Yeah, she gives you a lot of advice.
She does.
Yeah,
some I don't want to take, but
well, sisters, I guess. That's great.
Yes,
and Valerie, you're in school at Stanford to be a pharmacist.
Yes, ma'am, I am. So we have options. I think people think of pharmacists as the people who work at Walgreens behind the counter, but it's so much further beyond that. And I'm looking at taking a double major. I have some credits for a public health bachelor's, and then I'm also looking at doing some law so that I can practice pharmacy law some. But what I really am passionate about is that oncology unit so that I can continue to invest in those who are facing cancer now and the challenges that come with it, but then one day be the person that says, hey, we have a cure.
That makes me cry. Oh my gosh. And I'll backtrack just a minute. Why you chose that community service initiative? You've had cancer touch your life. I mean, your family's lives.
My best friend growing up was my great-grandmother, and I remember little things like playing wiffle ball in the backyard and going to get figs off the fig tree, just growing up with my mama. And she was diagnosed with brain cancer and had a really bad brain tumor, and it took a toll on the family. You know, we lost our glue, and I actually, fun fact, I played piano, and my great-grandmother taught me, and I wish that after she passed I would have stayed with it, but so every time I hear Camilla play, I have a few tears reminding me of my great-grandmother, and then I actually just lost an uncle to cancer a few months ago. So cancer is something that's close to my family, and it's something that I can speak with passion about because I've walked the walk. And so I've seen it, and I see how it affects the family, and that's what my community service is about. Not finding the cure. We've done that for decades, and we don't have an answer. Funding for research is important, but so is the walk. And that's where my heart is at, is being present with the families and showing that kindness in the form of, a smiling face in the cancer unit or beyond.
That is wonderful. So both of your community service initiatives fit you girls just perfectly. We are almost out of time, but thank you so much for what you are doing to help promote Sylacauga. I know you have other events coming up, and you've been to several, and we wish you the best of luck at the Miss Teen and Miss Alabama in March and June. We'll be listening out to see how you do. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us on Library Connection.